Good morning. Welcome back to the Red Mic. Happy Tuesday. Greetings from Addison, Texas. I see the water tower right there. These Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons I picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message: the guy from Schooner, Tuna probably lied to all of us. What do I mean by that? If you've seen the movie Mr. Mom, yeah, I know it came out decades and decades ago, but it's a great movie. Early Michael Keaton role. His wife was Terry Garr, rest her soul. Michael Keaton ended up getting he lost his job, ended up having to go home, become Mr. Mom. Terry Garr went out, she brought home the bacon, fried it up in the pan, all of that. And she was working at an ad agency, and their client, Schooner Tuna, they were getting pushed around a little bit because they had raised their prices. Well, they said that they were only raising them temporarily, and they actually had a big commercial, Schooner Tuna, we're the tuna with heart, and we know that this is hard on you, but when we get to the end of this crisis, we're going to bring our prices back down. Now, here's the reality. You know as well as I do, they didn't lower their prices, and we see proof of it every day in real life. Let's go back to 2008. You may remember 2008, gas prices spiking right through the roof. It was a financial crisis. Everybody was looking for every dollar they could get, and oil prices weren't helping. Airlines were bleeding money. And what did they do? American Airlines started it all off with a $15 per bag fee. And they said, it's just a temporary response to the fuel prices. Right. You know that they still charge bag fees. And in fact, they've gone up substantially from $15. In fact, between bag fees and Wi-Fi and seat charges, all of those fees and ancillary services, depending on the airline, can take up anywhere from 10 to 30% of an airline's revenue. And here's the dirty little secret. Bag fees, because they aren't part of the whole airline excise tax structure, they're untaxed. Pure money, baby. And do you see them lowering those fees anytime soon? No, they're not going to. And why do they do it? Because they get away with it. I mean, this billion-dollar cash cow, they are milking us every time we get on a plane. And they don't care because it's money, honey. So, and we let them get away with it. Here's the kicker. Again, they're not taxed. Tax-free money. So they figured out they keep the fares low and they can tack on the fees later. They can dodge the tax man and still pad their margins, and bully for them, right? Thus brings us to today's Red Mic message lesson. In leadership, you need to look out for what you call temporary, whether it's a good temporary or a bad temporary, because in either case, your people are going to expect it. It's going to become the new norm. Same thing for your customers. It's going to become the new norm. Now, whether it's you reacting in a crisis and slapping on a temporary fix, like, oh, we've changed our office hours, or we've changed the hours where you can come in through the lobby, or we only have our phone banks open from X till Y. Whatever it is, here's one that has, bitten more than one business in the backside. Working from home. Now, my whole attitude about working from home is the same as it's ever been. If remote work allows your people to have the latitude and the flexibility to make their lives better while at the same time not negatively impacting the job they do, then keep it. There's no reason to get rid of it. Unfortunately, there are some jobs out there that can't be done remotely, and yet some people are still wanting to do them. Bottom line is, for me, is if it works and it doesn't hurt business and it doesn't hurt your customers, there's no reason to not do it. So, ask yourself, what policies or practices in your shop, in your business, were created as maybe Band-Aids, but now they're masquerading as strategies? What is your version of the bag fee? Because if you're in charge, or if you're trying to be honest about the systems you're part of, Don't confuse survival tactics with long-term principles because they're just not the same. Don't defend something because it's profitable or because everybody's doing it. Defend it because it's right. And that's today's Red Mike message. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you will join me again tomorrow. Now, tomorrow's Red Mike message is going to be very short. Basically, I'm going to talk just for a couple of minutes. I'm probably going to do it close to regular time, maybe a little bit later. But if the Wi-Fi and the good Lord are willing, I'm going to be live streaming tomorrow at 8:30 Central, and hopefully you'll be able to see my entire Red Mike message presentation, because I am again in Addison at the Texas State Agency Business Administrators Association. They've got an annual meeting up here, and I am presenting at 8:30. I'm talking about connections, people, process, purpose. Sounds like Red Mike stuff, right? So hope you'll join me again tomorrow for both my early Red Mike and then the hour-long version. Well, I timed it out. It's going to be about 53 minutes, give or take. So I suspect over the next several days after that, I'll be pulling a lot of little clips and whatnot out of that and putting them on my daily stories and whatnot over on Instagram. But I hope you'll join me tomorrow. I love you guys. I'll see you again tomorrow, I hope. And don't forget, as always, life is short. Drink the bourbon.